Hello, and welcome to an episode of The Boundary Bunny. I'm going to assist you in setting healthy boundaries. You know, that thing that can feel like your butthole's clenched up tight right before you go and say and express your needs to someone. You know, that scary feeling of, are we worthy enough to feel like we're going to be acknowledged and that they're going to respect us and we're not going to lose them? Because if we express our needs, is this person going to disrespect us or abandon us? Right? That's usually the thoughts that go through our heads, is how is this going to be treated, or how is this going to be reflected back to us? And sometimes if you're in an abusive place or an abusive relationship of any kind, whether if it's family or actual partner or even friends, who knows, whatever you're experiencing, it could be very scary because we don't know what it's going to be like if we express our emotions. And it's really all kind of the same thing. We're just afraid of the outcome. What happens when we actually express our boundaries? So great. I'm Benzi. I'm your Divine Feminine Empowerment and Spiritual Awakening Coach. Today I am also aka the Boundary Bunny. Let's get it. I mean, hippity hopping. So, how do we do this? How do we set healthy boundaries? Well, no worries. The Boundary Bunny is here to set, to set healthy boundaries. I'm not joking. Okay, I got you guys. This is not a joke. I'd be wearing like a clown nose if I was here to make jokes, or it's not even April, so can't fool you. Anyway, the number one thing is to understand what your need is. Your need is the most important value to setting a boundary. Because a lot of the times, if we have this need and somebody's been doing a repetitive action and behavior that we're just so sick of, that we want to hop away from it instead of actually thumping our foot to the ground and holding our ground and being able to express that need correctly, right? Because if we don't do that, we build resentment by hopping away and avoiding it. And that resentment eventually builds on and builds on. And when it comes to set your boundary, that thump is going to cause an earthquake. And whatever you're about to say to this person when you want to tell them to stop, it's going to be in a reactive way to your emotions. It'll not come off from a way which you choose to respond. And it's your responsibility. It's your ability to respond in a way which you prefer. Because if you want to raise your vibration, you want to come into a place of love and happiness and joy, you get to show that example. You get to lead that example. And whatever's within your inner world is what's going to be reflected back to you. This is the law of reflection. So recognizing and realizing what your need is, and then spending time getting creative on how to express this need. And usually, I'll give you a hint, it always goes with, I feel this way when you do this. When somebody's doing a certain behavior or something that's bothering you, the best way to express it is, hey, I feel this, right? And I don't want to feel this way. I prefer to feel this way. You have a preference of your feelings. So we can't control other people's actions. Once you express your need, it's on them, right? Once you acknowledge what's going on, it's on them to change and shift. And this is a very good indicator. Do they respect you enough to help accommodate and make incremental adjustment within your relationship to shift together? So another great way is to go ahead and hit up ChatGPT, if you know what I mean. Yeah. It is a very good tool. And you can always ask ChatGPT, hey, here's my needs, here's what this person is wanting from me or they're doing, and I would like to express it in a kind way. Because you want to stem from a place of love. You want to be able to be validating to what's happening with this other person because you care about them. And you also want to be able to express your needs without sacrificing your needs and building resentment if you do so. So, again, after you figure out a creative way to express your boundary, it's on them. Oh, and guess what? And we interrupt this broadcast for the halftime show. Yay! Oh, and guess what? It makes setting boundaries so much more fun when you get to be creative. When you get to be creative and excited about it, and the more you do it, the more you get better, right? Don't wish for life to be easier. Because a lot of times we spend time thinking like, oh, I just wish I had better friends or a better relationship. And it's like, actually, you're playing a role into this. Like you're also paying your energy. And that's the best level of consciousness that you're at. Like you're putting your energy in at the level of consciousness that you're at. And maybe it's time for you to level up. Wish for you to get better, not for things to get easier. Because as you get better, things become easier. Okay? And life is not linear, it's a spiral. It's like this exponential fun game. So it's gonna be, guess what? You guessed it. New levels, same frickin' devils. Devil bunny. Do, 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 do. Alright, it's like frickin' this clock's dead. I just wear it for show, for shiny things. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. Back to the show. And you'll know very quickly from that conversation, are they going to continue being in your life? Or are they going to accommodate it and shift with you because they respect you and they love you? Because if you come from a place of love and you take the time to craft how you want to express something, and this is for all communication, because you took the time to make it come from a loving place, it's going to be that much more honored and that much more valuable because you're showing that you actually care about the relationship and you're allowing an opportunity for the person to grow and expand with you rather than cutting them off or running away from it. Because I've done that a lot in my past. I used to just run away from things and let things keep building on, which created a people pleaser for me. I had a worthiness wound. And I would do things to get validation and approval from people at the sacrifice of my own needs. And when I started shifting and placing boundaries, I became a problem to these people. I became not a benefit which they were used to receiving, and I was just not the doormat. And I was, I would start saying no to things or start implying my preferences. And we very quickly knew this relationship wasn't working. Why? Because I was hiding underneath behind a mask. Right now, I'm the boundary bunny. Right? I get to live to my fullest expression of self and set healthy boundaries in a way because I want the relationship to grow and expand. And I don't want to deny people an opportunity to possibly grow by suppressing myself. And they'll never get to know the real me and what I prefer. And we'll never know if this relationship's going to work. Because the longer you hold on, the longer you suppress, the longer you build resentment, the more possibility for, well, technically, the sooner you set the boundary, the sooner you can let it all collapse, or it's going to collapse in a bigger way later down the road. Because you're building relationships on faulty, shaky ground, on sand. I mean, you can build buildings in sand, on sand. It's possible. Right? Like in actual reality. However, you get my point though, right? Let me know in the comments if you're with me. So ChatGPT is a really good way to do that. And then, mend it. What I would recommend is like get the script from what ChatGPT says. Usually it would be like, oh, hey, person, I prefer this. It's really good at doing that. Take that and then rewrite it in your own way to make sure you get more of your needs expressed in there and then give it back to ChatGPT right away. And then ChatGPT will usually refine it. You can do it again. And the more you do this process, the better you actually get at getting creative at setting boundaries. And you can learn to express them in a better way because you're also reading it and you're getting ideas from it, which is really great. And it takes that nerve-wracking experience out of like thinking how you're going to do this, because a lot of the times like we have an emotional reaction we want to give to someone, and again, that's going to cause a huge thump and earthquake, and you don't want that. That'll cause an uproar. Typically, if you're a people pleaser who's attracted narcissists in your life, you're going to be at fault. Because I know I have. And it's like, no matter if you go and try to express to them your emotions, they're like, nope, it's your fault. That's the way I act this way. Like, they somehow always find a way to spin it on you. And by the way, that's the only real way to deal with narcissistic people, is to set boundaries. And that's how you quickly realize, are they willing to respect you, or is it time to move on? And you can't hold on to the attachment of this person, because that's your worthiness wound. The outcome of, are they going to stay if you set this boundary? Are they going to like you after that? Right? Stop hiding behind this mask. Your needs are important. Okay? So, let me know how this helped you and assisted you. I can keep going making this video. I don't want this video to end. Boundary bunnies got other stuff to do, so I'm gonna hippity hoppity out of here. Alright, like and subscribe, follow, all the things, and hit that notification button so that way you're notified when more of my content does come out. I won't always be the boundary bunny. Today I am, though. Alright, much love and light vibration now. Have a wonderful, magnificent, transformative, alchemizing day. Bye.